Well, y'all, UFC 318 is in the books. That's it for the career of Dustin Poirier. Kind of seems weird now. Seems weird that Dustin's like retired. He's not that old, but at the same time, I think even after he went back and watched that fight, he kind of knows that he made the right decision. He made the right decision because he just wasn't quite. He was just a little bit behind Max. Max looked great. Like I think it actually went the best way, even though I should have been rooting for the Louisiana boy. And hey, I would have been happy for either guy to win. It was one of those fights where it was like fan favorites, like two old school fan favorites if you've been watching for a long time. And I've been watching Dustin since WC days. So actually, I remember his UFC debut. And it's weird, man. It's weird when you watch a fighter's entire like UFC run. They have a lengthy career, and then that's it. They retire. I really don't think he's going to come back. I don't see that happening. Never say never. But yeah. Other than maybe a McGregor rematch, I just don't see it. I think he left at the right time. I think he was starting to slowly be on the decline, but for most fans, he was able to, it's not going to be something people talk about really at the end. Max looked great, and I think I knew that like Max was going to be okay coming off that knockout loss. You never really know if a fighter is going to be gun shy. I've seen it time and time again where a fighter gets knocked out and then the next fight they just will not pull the trigger. And that wasn't the case with Max as he rocked Dustin in the first round. And I was like, no, I did not want that to happen. I wanted the fight to be a good back and forth fight and go to decision. Everybody's happy. It really was the best for the UFC too. You don't want the guy that's on his way out to win. And then you have Max, who's in the division that still wants to go for the belt. Like he's still fighting. So I think it worked out the best in the end. Max gets the win. Dustin dropped him. Dustin showed he still can hang with the best of the best, but he was a little step behind, losing to a guy that he had beat previously. In that second fight, really, that was close to prime Poirier there, when he fought Max the second time when he won the interim belt. So it was a good card, man. My brother was there. He said it was exciting. The prelims, they really delivered. That was where all the finishes were. And of course, your boy missed them because I'm just too good for the prelims, bro. But no, look, I had grown up things to do. I had company coming over. We were making steaks. We were grilling and chilling. So I had stuff to do. And yeah, by the time I got everything set up, got the pay-per-view going, it was, we watched a few of the main card prelims. But yeah, pretty much sat down, got ready, started eating right when the main card started. But man, I was wrong. I don't know if I've ever got that many picks wrong on a main card. Yeah, more than likely Daniel's a hooper. Make no mistake about that. That might not be a horrible bet to make. Yeah, first round knockout. I really think that's going to happen. If Pitbull can somehow survive, but I just think he's a little too old in this situation. Yeah, I just think he's got the finishing potential. He's faster. He's just more skilled than Daniel Rodriguez. So that's an easy one for me. It just seems like Kopylov's going to be putting it on him, putting more output on him. Like we went 1 of 5, bro. 1 of 5. That's why I don't like doing predictions. Like it doesn't like MMA, anything can happen. And it wasn't like my picks were crazy. Like if you look back, I think I went for the favorite in every fight, but I made logical reasons why I thought they could win. And like, first fight off, Michael Johnson, Daniel Zell Hooper. I said in my prediction, like, hey, Michael Johnson can still crack though. If Zell Hooper starts letting Johnson tee off on him, it could be a bad night for him. But I didn't think that would happen. I didn't think Johnson would be able to just block all his shots, drop him, and do all that. So that surprised me. Got that one wrong. Okay. No big deal. We move on to who was next? Pitbull and it's been a long day, y'all. Pitbull and Dan Ige. And like I just knew that that fight I was probably the most confident that Dan Ige was gonna knock him out in the first round. The most confident. And yeah, didn't happen. Didn't happen. Not the greatest fight. But yeah. Pitbull actually has really clean striking. He just doesn't go for it enough. Like when he actually lets his hands loose, he's got some clean combos. But he just doesn't really go for it enough. Okay, we got that one wrong. Two upsets. Okay, Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. I was maybe even more confident in this fight. I really thought Kevin Holland was going to run through him, and I couldn't have been more wrong. It was a back and forth war. Never seen Holland that hurt. Never. We've never seen him that rocked. He was almost out of it. Man, if D-Rod would have knocked him out, that would have just been insane. That was a crazy fight. I would love to see a rematch of that. Like, why not? That was a crazy fight. It seems like every time Holland like gets dialed in and gets a couple wins together, it just something goes wrong. It's like he just can never get over that hump. It seems like, but maybe he could get a rematch with D-Rod. D-Rod was some pretty sloppy striking, but man, even though didn't really care for the dude, and I say that don't care for him. I don't know the guy. You know, I just wasn't like the biggest fan of him. I didn't think he was that skillful. Let's put it like that. It wasn't personal. He showed a lot of heart, man. He really did. Like respected the dude. You know, at the end when he was like, "I did that shit," I was like, "Hey, he did. He did. He put it on him." I mean, he almost got knocked out in that second or third round. Crazy fight, bro. 100% fight of the night, in my opinion. Not Vittori and Allen. That fight was, I was like, that fight was kind of in the background. I didn't pay too close attention to that fight. I was like getting food or something. I don't remember. That fight was the only one on the main card that I wasn't like locked in. But I don't know, man. Whatever. Allen doesn't make the smartest decisions. Vittori is just a tough dude. He doesn't really put things together the right way. I don't want to dog on the guy. You know, he lost his brother, probably dealing with a lot of emotions. And yeah, shout out to Marvin Vittori. Hope he's doing okay and he heals up and gets back. But next fight, so then we get that one wrong, Holland and D-Rod. And what's the next fight that I messed up? The co-main, Costa. Vintage Costa, like prime Costa comes back. I mean, I was all for it. Here's the thing. I wanted Costa to win. I just didn't think he would. But yeah, got that pick wrong too. Costa was putting it on him. Those body kicks, the leg kicks. Now we know why he was like all freaking out at the presser. Like this dude, he was ready. He came prepared. He really wants that Chimaev fight. Dude, I hope DDP whoops Hamzat, and then Hamzat has to fight Paulo, like that version of Paulo. That's what we need to see. I hope that happens. Mark that down. Hopefully that happens. And then, yeah, so we're like, yeah, we were 0 for 4 in the main card. And then the main event, I did get right in the end. I really felt like if DP didn't put Max away, or if Max wasn't like timid, if he was the Max that fought Justin Gaethje, then he was probably going to be able to beat Dustin with volume, with his newfound power at 155. Dude hits hard. I said for years, bro, that Max was a big featherweight. He was just skinny, but his frame is big. Like if Max like really started eating and lifting heavy weights, he could be a welterweight. I promise you, he could be a welterweight. He could. He's tall as hell. Like he could be a welterweight if he was like big, like did a serious bulk. But I don't know. Who knows if he would be as good? But that he could maybe end his career doing something like that. But yeah, the main event was good. It really went perfect. I couldn't ask for a better main event. Both guys showed a ton of heart, and in the end, the guy that's going on, trying to, get that fight with Ilya back, he's the winner. And Dustin can ride off into the sunset and know at the end of the day that it probably was time. That last ending sequence, uh, where Max pointed out the ground and Dustin like decided to hug him. He was like, "Nah, I don't want to get knocked out like Gaethje. Not at home. Not on my last fight." So yeah, it was time. He picked a good time. A lot of fighters don't get to pick when to go out, bro. So if you can, you know, choose when to go out and do it on your own terms, like that's the way to go. I wish he could have maybe had a different fight. Maybe fought Michael Johnson. That would have been a good fight. Try to get that knockout back, that knockout loss back. But it is what it is, man. It all worked out how it should work out. Tell me what y'all think about the fight. Did y'all get any of the picks right? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Did you get any of the picks right? Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.